And welcome back to Man Down Sports. And we're never late, always on time. Here we are, scheduled for 4:30, going live 4:57. But we still in here, baby. We still on time, man. Five squares today. Myself, Corey, Chris, Jay, Dominique. We all in the house. Brittany's not going to be here.
It
Zoe's
does
not
bother
going to
me,
be here.
Dominique.
Neither is Eric either. Jay, you lagging now. What did you just say something, Jay?
He was talking to Dominique.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, I said something.
Okay. Now you good. You
That's
good.
what
You good.
I was late on purpose. Man. I'm just playing.
Yeah,
I heard
yeah,
my name, but I wasn't sure what happened.
yeah. I
And
heard
I said,
something.
yeah, it
Then
does
I ain't
bother
seen no
me,
lips
Dominique.
moving. Yeah. What's going on, Zara? But yeah, full panel Friday, man. We're gonna have some fun, man. We got good topics, man. You can see the rundown. You saw the thumbnail, so you already know what we're leading with. We would like not to talk about LeBron, but LeBron just can't stay out of the daggone news, man. Him and Blank Man. So they always in the news, man. So so we'll discuss them.
Damon Wayne?
No, they call him Bronny Blank Man because he ain't hit no three yet.
Blank man, come on.
Yeesh.
I knew exactly what he was talking about when he said it. Too.
I knew what he was talking about
That's
too.
right.
I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Oh man, Blank Man is
I
crazy.
guess it's more than just the
Call that
3-pointer.
little blank man.
Blank Man is crazy.
Dominique, stop it.
But hey, man, I'm
You guys
rocking
are
my.
the ones that said it, not me.
As you can see, I'm rocking my Cali Strong, which is the brand that sponsors us, man. Shout out to Cali Strong. The link is in the description for you to go and purchase that stuff online. Get a 15% discount when you use the promo code Man Down when you're purchasing Cali Strong products online. Chris got on Cali Strong, so does Dominique, so do I. Really good brand, man. Go and check them out for sure. It's a sports brand. It's a sports apparel. They got a lot of athletes that vouch for Cali Strong. So y'all go check out their website. Use the promo code Man Down Sports for sure. Also, members. Let's shout out our members.
Members, man, we forever appreciate y'all. Y'all keep this thing rolling, man. Shout out to the members. Doc Holy 003. Forgive me if I messed that up. Andrea Williams, James Reed, Right Hand Cam, Demetrius Day, Taco Master 2 times, Beast Smoke Bones, 33 Shuggy, Cedric Franklin, Ida Tomlinson, E King, Steve Calvert, the Joker 687, Scott Merriweather, Unspoken Voices, 6'4 Slim, Savon Arnold, Ryan Walters, WW Shay J, R Bean, Jeffrey Guyot, Shy Rider Westsider 23, Ashley H, Michael Tofia, Wizman Ballin, and Malachi Israel. Man, we greatly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining the Man Down family, man. It's all love this way.
Oh yeah, somebody said we needed to reschedule our show because Tyson about to fight. Man, you must ain't never seen no fighting card and seen how many things you go see before the main event. We'll be fine. By the time we get off the panel, we'll still have time to grab a bite to eat before we see Tyson come out there and go 8 rounds with a YouTuber. Never fear. We're also brought to you by Underdog. Underdog Fantasy is the best place to play fantasy sports. I want to tell you about the easiest way to get in on some NBA action with Underdog Fantasy and their pick'em game. Just find your favorite player or any player for that matter, pick higher or lower on that player's stats, and you can win up to 20 times your money in one night. Pick between 2 or 5 players to fill your pick'em entry. Get every pick right, and you can net yourself some serious cash. Use the promo code Man Down Sports and get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Plus, now that it's football season, you can follow Man Down Sports as we reveal our favorite picks from week to week. Like I said before, pick your favorite player, pick higher or lower, choose your dollar amount, and win some money. It's just that easy. Make picks, win money. We also want to thank Underdog Fantasy for partnering with us, and we want to thank you for helping the channel out by using Man Down Sports on Underdog Fantasy. Yeah, so that's another way that y'all can help Man Down out by actually using our promo code with the people who sponsor us, and Underdog is one of them. So when you play Underdog, especially if you're using your Pick'em and it's your first time depositing the money, make sure you use the Man Down Sports promo code, and you get a bonus match up to $1,000 when you use that. Also, speaking of Pick'ems, I haven't even seen this, but where we at with our Pick'em league, man? I'm all the way down at the bottom. Sheesh.
Hold on,
Man,
before we
this
get into that,
sucks.
let me say this, man. The ring walks for Jake Paul and Tyson is 11 p.m. Supposed to start at 11:15 Eastern. Let's talk about how I'm still at the top.
You got you got a 3-game lead. You got a 3-game lead. Chris right behind you, Pauls.
Oh, Chris, you chose Washington last night?
I did choose Washington last night,
Yeah.
man. I'm waiting for Philly to do what Philly does, but they didn't start last night. So
Y'all making this too easy, man.
don't worry, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna slip up. You're gonna because you listen, you're gonna slip up this week because I know a team that you chose that's not gonna win.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I chose Detroit. You right.
Nah.
Damn.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
You see what I did there, Corey?
You know
That's all right.
exactly.
Too
That's-
easy.
Listen,
It's bad that that Eric and Corey ain't even picked this week, and I'm barely beating them. Like this is bad.
I did pick this week,
you
but
didn't pick Thursday.
I didn't pick the Thursday game. However, as you see, I'm about to be out the bottom, and I missed a whole week.
Listen, y'all can't
Sheesh.
keep giving these automatic L's up, man. Y'all gotta fight back, do something, make an effort.
Chill out, Chris.
Chris,
I'm gonna
said
take
somebody-
Detroit good. All of a sudden, Chris talking noise.
did you miss Jamel Thomas, Chris, or you was reading too fast?
Nah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, you might have been reading too fast. But shout out to Jamel Thomas as well, man. He definitely is one of our members. Shout out to you, man. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna catch Jay. So Jay and Chris, it might just be y'all battling it out for that belt. Maybe Zoe too.
Ooh, not you conceding already.
Yeah, I ain't got the magic this season, man. The magic ain't there. The magic wasn't there for my pick'ems last season either.
Who are you mailing the belt to?
Whoever wins.
Okay.
So, in other words, the belt will reside in.
Incorrect.
You should put it on your wall, Chris. Honestly, I think the belt would look best in Chris's wall.
I'm gonna get a case for it with like an LED light.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly. I trust you with the belt.
Yeah,
more than anybody.
It's gonna look real good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if only that's how championships work. If only the person who would look best around, who would display it, I'm gonna smut it out.
I don't.
I'm gonna smut
trust
it.
you.
That's what it's gonna mean to me. I'm gonna smut it out.
If you win, the belt should still go to Chris.
I'm gonna smut it out. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna smut it out.
That's exactly what you
I'll
deserve the
tell
belt.
you this. I'll tell you this though. I'm gonna be as unbearable or more unbearable than Mel with that block. I'm gonna try to find any and every way to include that belt.
For all my old heads who used to watch WCW, I got 3 letters for you. NWO. I'm getting black spray paint and I'm spraying NWO and I'm smutting her out.
Hey, you know what? And listen, I'm going John Cena with it. I'm gonna turn it into the spinning belt.
My favorite part about this whole thing is the fact that Dominique think the belt that I have is the one that y'all gonna get if y'all win.
I know it's not. That's why I keep asking. You're gonna mail the belt, right? Who are you gonna mail? I keep focusing on the belt because I'm waiting for you to reveal that you're not giving up that belt, even though you've been a 2-time loser of this challenge.
She still she still don't get it. She's Dominique. Nobody's getting the belt that I have. That belt stays here regardless. I won that. It's a different belt every year.
Where's the new belt? What is the new belt going to be? So why is that belt in the show every week? What does that have to do with anything?
Because it shows
doing all this irrelevant shit, even though he's at the bottom. That's crazy.
It shows I'm the only one who got a belt around here. I'm
Why?
the only
When
one,
you
I'm the only
lost
one who
2
want to
years
pick
in
him.
a row.
For now.
I'm the only one who
Wait,
want to pick
so
him on this
Chris,
panel.
who won last year? Because Chris is the only person I can trust on this panel.
Bill won
when it
last year.
comes to winning. Who won?
Mel
Why?
won the pick 'em
Hold
last
on,
year.
wait, whoa,
No, we didn't have a pick him last year.
No, the IOW one. That's
I
where
want
the number from.
it was like year before that or 2 years ago.
Wow,
Was
so
it?
like a whole nother
Yeah.
team beat
The
us.
la-
No one on man down. You got spanked by like, wow. And you're holding this belt around. It's like
anybody-
LeBron and Bronny checking into the game. And
Anybody on the panel by any chance? Did anybody on the panel have a belt?
I should have one.
Exactly.
I won last year.
Have
well,
several seats.
Jay can't have the belt because he can't be trusted. Look at this comment on screen. Filthy.
No, it's okay. The belt is coming home to where it rightfully belongs, and it's gonna be taken very well care
Gotta
of.
get that belt.
All right, let's get into the topic then.
Let's do it.
Did I miss anything? Oh, hit the like button, hit the share button as well. It sound like I got an echo coming in here. Do I sound all right?
You sound good.
All right.
Is it my mic?
No, we good. All right. So LeBron James, I think in the post game, or I don't know if it was an interview he did after practice, I think was asked about, how much longer he was gonna play and all that stuff, and he kind of hinted at the fact that, look, I'm only gonna play 1 or 2 more years, and what I like about how he said that is he said that I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's just around here just to be around here. I'm not gonna do the game like that. And I'm like, dude, that's what you're doing now. Like he really don't realize that's what he's doing. Like, he's that super senior that's a sophomore in college, but he keeps coming back, hanging out with the old friends from his high school during lunch, trying to get these senior and junior females at the high school.
He ain't got no more friends in high school. They done all graduated too.
Yeah, they all got podcasts and sitting here like, what, dude? Why are you still playing, dude? You're not gonna win. What are you still playing for, man? But nonetheless, Rod Parker on the Odd Couple and his new co-host had a conversation about it. This is what they said.
So last night, he basically said that he only has 1 or 2 years left. So this is the first time he kind of hinted or signaled that the end is near and he could see it. So let's listen to LeBron James last night.
I'm not going to play that much longer, to be completely honest. I don't know how many years that it is, if it's 1 year or 2 years or whatever the case may be, but I'm not. I said the other night, I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy, that's disrespecting the game because I just want to be out on the floor. No, that won't be me.
And you know what? I'm glad he said that. I might be a little late for that, but I'm glad he said it.
The man just had 35 and 3 triple doubles in a row. So I'm going to let you go.
But let me say this. And this is the question. Because people always talk about that. Appreciate LeBron James while he's here, because you know what? One day he ain't gonna be here, and you're gonna be sad because he gone. You're gonna be mad because you couldn't appreciate him when he was here. Hogwash. And sports is like that. And I'm gonna tell you, I covered Michael Jordan during the heyday. I sat courtside when he made that shot over Craig Elo in Cleveland. And not one day after Michael Jordan retired did I ever sit around and go, oh, I wish I could watch Michael Jordan play. It's fleeting. What Tom Brady's been done for a couple years. You don't sit around and go, oh, I want to watch Tom Brady play quarterback. I saw it. And the same will be for LeBron. Like when it's over, it's over. You'll remember some moments that he had, but you're not like, oh my God, the NBA can't go without LeBron. And me, for one, I will be happy when he bows out because he stayed too long. And when you play a long time, people get tired of talking about you, tired of the entitlement. You feel like you should be able to do all this stuff. So I'm not, and this is the question. When he does leave in a year, we hope, or two, will you be saying good luck or good riddance?
All right, so that's a good question. Now, first of all, before we get to the question, I thought it was rich that he said He's not gonna be the guy just hanging around playing just to be playing. And I'm like, when you say stuff like that, I'm not gonna be that guy. When you say stuff like that, you gotta have somebody in mind. Who in his mind, who he think was the guy that was just here just to be here? Was it Vince Carter? Because Vince Carter played about 22 years. Was that the guy that was just here to be here? Because Vince Carter couldn't move as much as he used to move. That's why he came off the bench. But LeBron on defense is kind of like what Vince Carter was. He probably should be coming off the bench too. But the fact that the team still revolve around him offensively, he's able to get his numbers and fool a lot of people. So that's one thing. But what I really want to know is what you think about what Rob Parker said. And do you think he overstayed his welcome? And are you going to be happy or sad to see him go?
LeBron is the Roy Jones of basketball.
I like the theme, staying with Fight Night.
He's just stayed too long. And it's okay because he seems like the type of person that is, it's not even a game of basketball no more. It's just being in the limelight. You know what I mean? Having people talk about me. They're not going to win. He's not going to win. Just bow out into the sunset, but then you become irrelevant. In his eyes, he'll become irrelevant if he bows out. And I think that's the main reason why he hasn't retired, because he just can't stand the fact that he will become irrelevant.
So I'm wondering if it was a silent dig, because we know the race in the GOAT debate is, we know Jordan's right here, but it's always still for some reason going on between him and Kobe. I'm wondering if it's a dig towards Kobe. Kobe played 20 years, and 5 of those last 20 maybe were, he probably could have hung it up before then. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if that was like a silent shot.
Sheesh.
Kobe,
or Jordan. Was it a silent shot at Jordan?
Absolutely not. Neither one. So I think it wasn't about time. It wasn't about time at all. He when he said one of those guys that stays around till the wheels fall off, it's a guy that goes from superstar to star to role player to coming off the bench. We've seen that several times. We've seen that in a lot of people's career. So I think what he's saying is, as long as I'm still at star level, I don't want to go beyond star. You know what I'm saying? On the downward trajectory.
But he never will, Jay. Because his name is LeBron James.
No. Listen, there comes a point. There comes a point where you can't get it done on the court anymore, and it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone.
It's a difference between not getting it done or getting it done and getting your numbers. Like, getting it done means something different than getting your numbers.
Well, both. That you can't get it done or get your numbers. You got to at least be able to do one or the other. But here's the thing. But with all that being said, for me, it'll be good riddance. And mostly because with that goes a whole sector of people who I don't really particularly want to hear talk about anything, much less LeBron. But I don't think I think he's still playing ball because he can still play ball.
That's a lot of people though.
I would even call it a high level.
Ice Cube got a whole league for that.
Most people who stop playing ball, most people who retire from ball, can't play at a level that's acceptable to them. His fall off right now, wherever he is right now, is still better than 70% of the NBA.
I don't know, Jay. I don't know.
You know that.
And even if that's true, I don't think that's good enough for players of his caliber. That's the reason why Kobe and Jordan bowed out. I would even go. Nah, because the last time you seen either one of them wear an NBA jersey, they wasn't better than 50% of the NBA. That's not true.
That's absolutely
Michael Jordan was still an all-star, and he was still better defensively than 80% of the league.
Neither one, they were not better than 50% of the league.
That's not true, Jay. That's not true.
That's absolutely true.
For Kobe with his Achilles, it might have been different. For Michael Jordan, he was better than. I mean, it's only 12. It's only 24 people that make the All-Star. It's 450 people in the league. Only 24 make All-Star. Jordan was within that 24.
So who put Jordan in the All-Star?
He got voted in, and he got
fans.
The fans.
Listen.
Okay. So we don't respect All-Stars no more. Then we can't use that as a measurement.
Hell no. You ain't never heard me say seven-time All-Star. You ain't never heard me say that.
Okay. So when you seen Michael Jordan in that All-Star game amongst the best 24 players, right? Because even if the fans voting people in, for the most part, the fans get it right. You're getting the best 24 players in the league. But if we're not even using that as a barometer, how did Michael Jordan look in that All-Star game against the best 24 in the league?
Hey, listen, Michael Jordan looked decent. He looked not in the All-Star game. His last 2 seasons, he looked decent. He looked like an average player. He looked like he was better than half the league.
Nah, Jay, I ain't gonna give you average. I'm gonna say physically, he couldn't string together 3-4 good, great games where, like a young buck, because his, he had to ice his knees down, whatever, back to back and all that stuff, or he might not have his legs under him on the back end of a back to back, stuff like that. But what you were seeing on the floor was better than way more than 50% of the league.
No, it's 50% of the league. All right. So when I say 50% of the league, there's 25% of the league that I'm not even counting. So 50% of what I'm counting. So I'm not counting nobody's 12th man. If you got a jersey and I ain't never seen your number, I'm not counting you. You don't count.
I don't know, Jay.
I don't know if 50% of the league is scoring 20 points a night, though.
No, I don't think
that's how you become better than 50% of the league.
But I mean, 50% of the league is scoring 20 points a night. So we scoring 200 points a night in the basketball game.
What?
I'm just saying, 50% of the league is scoring 20 points a night, right?
The math that
means
who was so what we're saying is, in order to be better than somebody, you have to score more than them.
I mean, what is LeBron doing right now? But he's better doing 80%, scoring, getting his points.
First of all, I said
all he doing.
I said he's better than 70% of the league.
Okay,
yeah, but he's averaging just about the same thing Jordan was averaging with the Wizards, and he's playing in the era where points is supposed to be on an explosion level.
It's at a premium.
Yeah. It's easy to get points now. So it's easy to get points. You getting about 23. Mike was getting about 21.
So right now, Bron is averaging what?
23, I think. I think he's averaging 23.
23 what and what?
I'll go pull it up right now. Hold tight. His season averages are 24, 8, and 9.
70%.
No.
So what I did here. Hold on, Chris.
I can get that from Sabonis.
Chris, what I did here. So those numbers aren't better than 70%. Me that Jordan with lesser numbers than that was way better than 50% of the league. Nigga, how?
Well, first of all, you ain't even seen the numbers from when Jordan was playing. You ain't even seen those numbers.
I know what those numbers are.
You haven't seen them. You do know they were scoring less points back then, right? So,
I know what those numbers are. 20
points then is different than 20 points now. So that's one thing. Second of all,
20 the same 20.
When I say who's better, I'm not saying who got better numbers. I'm saying who's better.
What's the number? What's the numbers? I'm going to say it's 19.8, 19.8, 4, and 1.
26 and 3.
Huh?
26 and 3.
Can I ask you a question, Jay?
Sure, you can ask several questions if you would like.
So you're basically debating Michael Jordan's end and LeBron's end of the career, right? That's what we're talking about right now. But I guess my question to you would be, who are you passing the ball to when you need to take that shot at the end of the game, same stage in the career, or maybe even Michael Jordan right now versus LeBron right now? Who are you giving it to?
I'm giving it to the guy with you saying
it's a name.
LeBron
it's a name.
now.
It's LeBron or Michael Jordan. Who are you giving the ball to?
It's simple.
You're not giving the ball to LeBron.
That's why we didn't hear it. That's why Jay's internet went out, because
LeBron easily
the right answer.
You're not giving the ball to LeBron for the last shot.
All right, let's get back
to God, I would. If you saying prime LeBron versus prime Jordan, I'm gonna get the ball to prime Jordan every time. You saying old man LeBron versus old man Jordan, the ball is going to LeBron every single day of the week.
Okay.
This is trolling right here. I'm not even following.
100%.
He got me at first. He got me at first. Jay's trolling. I'm not messing with it.
I swear to God, I'm not trolling.
That's why I'm just. It's case closed.
I swear to God, I'm not trolling.
Well, back to the question though. Back to the question. Did he overstay his welcome?
Absolutely overstay his welcome.
Are you going to be happy or sad to see him go?
I might throw a party.
I'm going to be happy to see him go because of many things, and it has nothing to do with his play. I don't like the circus that he brings.
Yeah, that's one thing that a lot of people don't like.
I can't wait to see how the media flails when they don't have LeBron to talk about every day.
I think we're still going to be talking about LeBron. It's just going to be something else, right? We're going to be maybe talking about his personal life. We're going to be talking about his son. But for me, it's definitely going to be good riddance, just because I don't want to see this product on the floor anymore. I want to talk about how Giannis has taken over bum rushing of the lane and, what that looks like. I want to talk about, just the future of basketball. Maybe Paolo Banchero is going to come up. I want to talk about other guys, and that's what I'm hoping for. But
shit, I'm ready to see Giannis leave at this point too. He doing the same shit. I'm ready for him to go.
Can I give you some bad news?
Yeah, because I was thinking the same thing. If I'm gonna say if you're thinking the same thing I was thinking, go ahead.
It don't matter if LeBron gone. It don't matter who there or whatever. The product is going to get nothing but worse until something else happens. If you're looking for good basketball, that bad basketball is here, and it has nothing to do with LeBron.
It got something to do with LeBron.
A lot to do with LeBron. But you know what? People are going to go back and say that this was the last time that basketball was good. You know that, right? That they're going to say the last time that basketball was good was when LeBron was playing. He's the last guy that was dunking the ball. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So unfortunately, in my opinion, because it's been rumored that, once that expansion team comes out of Vegas, that LeBron is going to try to purchase that team. And I think he'll be successful. The horrible part about that is that even if we are ready for LeBron to go, we're never going to get rid of him, because once he purchased that team, the unholy trinity of LeBron as an owner for Vegas, Clutch Sports, and La Media working together, we're never going to get rid of the LeBron stories, and it's just going to be Bronny and Bryce still in the storylines of becoming the first brothers to play for their dad, a team that he owned. They both will be on the Las Vegas team. LeBron will own it, and that'll be the new story. It's not going nowhere.
Do you know how? So he gets the team, and later on down the line, that team ends up winning championships, right? I can already see that they're gonna throw those rings in with his ring count for the GOAT debate.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna say he won as an owner.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't care. I mean, but
we wouldn't, right? Because Magic Johnson doesn't he have a bunch of rings?
Yeah, you got
Magic has 15 rings
in multiple
sports. Did Jerry West have a bunch? If that's the case, as an executive,
he might have been with the Lakers. Yeah, he was with the Lakers. Yeah,
he got 3 as an executive, I think.
Well, he's been an executive with the Lakers since ever they've been winning.
Yeah, it's tough, man. All right, man, let's open the phone lines up, man.
If these comments is anything, I know one person that's gonna call.
Well, I mean, for me personally, though, and I don't even think we got Dominique's thoughts on it. Whether you gonna be happy to see him go or sad to see him go. I ain't get your thoughts. I think you was waiting on me to tag you in, but
No, she said she'd be happy to see him go. She wanted to see Paulo Banchero and a new brand of basketball.
Okay. My bad, I missed it.
I said that I might throw a party when he retired.
Yeah.
You guys are all invited.
I think we're all in consensus, even Jay.
I mean, it's just, I mean, it's like one of those things where he's giving us, caffeine so we can't go to sleep, and then he's holding our eyes open like this and was like, oh, now watch me go for Kareem's record. Watch this. Oh no, watch me play with Westbrook and win with him because watch my son get drafted and let me make history and bring. Like, I'm like, man, I just want to close my eyes and not see this stuff no more that he keeps forcing us to watch, man. Now he's forcing us to watch and talk about Bronny, and nobody wants to watch it. It doesn't even look good. You know what I mean?
Before we get a caller though, shout out to the Pippins, man, for doing something historic. Having the father and son both post a triple-double in the game. So shout out to them.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, caller from DC, cut YouTube off in the background. I hear echo.
Oh shit. Can you hear me better now?
He just yeah, go ahead. Something loud in the background, bro. You gotta cut something off.
Yeah, I cut off YouTube. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, this is Posh King, bro. What's up, y'all?
I know.
All right, shut up.
I can't even call y'all on my regular phone. It's been fucking up. This is my work phone.
Oh.
That's why you didn't pick up the number. We still on that LeBron this shit?
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
You gotta turn
Bro, we
YouTube
all
on.
gonna be happy to see LeBron go. Not only that his game is trash, he's been just bad for the league. We talk about player empowerment because we want to see the players making their money, the hard work they put in. But the player empowerment era is what has destroyed the league. All of them are drama queens. Like, all of them, he's like a virus, bro, and he's injected into the whole NBA and just ripping it apart. It's the most embarrassing professional league out there. Like, the NBA has lost all its clout and it's all its fault, from the dunking contest to everything, to the way how they want to leave their teams. You can't even enjoy a player on your team for like a couple of years. Like, oh, I want to go. Like, he is the reason for everything. And I think Adam Silver, all of ESPN, like, all of them should just retire at once and go.
Oh,
Leave
man.
sports talk to YouTube. You get me? It's like, it's a new day, man. Like, LeBron needs to retire.
Yeah.
Like, you ever watch American Gangster and he told Frank Lucas, like, quitting and being forced to quit ain't the same thing. He needs to go, and right now he's scared that he's going to be forgotten about, but he's not going to be forgotten about. People is just going to be like, thank God, and stop speaking about him like Lord Voldemort. We're not going to speak his name. You want him to go. And I
guarantee y'all will.
I haven't get y'all in a long while. Man, we all should just be saying, like, Bronny mental health, man. Like, I personally want Bronny to do good because I'm a father. And Bronny should not be getting, like the sins of LeBron is falling on Bronny.
Yeah.
And it's really sad, in my opinion, because he's a young man, not a child. He's a man, but at the same time, I just think he's really different from LeBron, and everybody putting everything on that young man, and for me, I would like to see his game really pick up and he really turn the page, and people was like, okay, he made it, so if he's a good learner, he only can get better, and I really wish it just for his mental alone,
Yeah, for sure.
But that's all I gotta say, man. Y'all be easy, man.
All right, Pops, appreciate it, brother. Nah, he right. He said Adam Silver and ESPN need to retire with LeBron. Yeah, man, they made basketball. They made the NBA very weird, man.
First of all, that's not true at all. It's not. Like, it ain't false, but it ain't true. The NBA is horrible right now, and Adam Silver has done nothing but continue what David Stern had been trying to do the whole time. And if you go back to it, man, David Stern is actually the blueprint for the fall of the NBA. He tried to expand it and get the product that you have now.
I agree. No, that's true. That's true. All right, we taking 2 more phone calls. Phone lines are open. I seen one call from Ontario. You can call back. Oh, there you go, right there. Speaking. Caller from Ontario. Go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
How do you defend LeBron? I'm talking to the guy that's defending LeBron.
I'm defending LeBron.
I think I'm having like it's not coming through properly right now.
Okay. Well, look. How about I do this?
Okay, I hear you now. I hear you.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear this LeBron defender.
LeBron defender. I don't know what one is, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. He might be next to Cho.
Hey, caller, since we having some issues with the lagging, I'll let him answer that. I go ahead and take your question off the air, and we'll answer it.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, I hear you fine. I don't hear the other guy fine.
Okay. All right. I'll let him answer that.
Honor and respect to all of you guys. Good show. Great show.
Yeah, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Jay, he said you defended. I mean, it do sound like you defending him.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so here's the thing. Defending LeBron, absolutely not. Keeping the name straight, absolutely. You can't blame the man for something that he didn't do. You can blame him for everything that he did do, but something he didn't do, man. Like
overstay as welcome.
Okay, so I said he can still play ball, and I said that I feel like he stayed in the league too long. Where's the defense at? Both of those things can be true.
Yeah, but
most people retire because they have to.
What? No. Michael Jordan didn't retire because he had to. Most people don't retire because they have to. They could stick around and do what Robert Parrish did, or Kareem, or LeBron. They could do that. They retire because they've been. If you've been number one and the number one option that can get your team through the playoffs and through the gauntlet of the playoffs, and you can do that as a number one night in and night out, and then all of a sudden you can't do it anymore, and you need a number one to come and do it. So so you really the number two or the number three, but you're pretending to be the number one. Most dudes don't want to do that. That's what LeBron is doing. He's not the number one. AD has been the number one since the day he stepped foot on the Lakers organization. LeBron is just the person in the forefront. He's not the number one. He can't lead that team to success. So he's faking it till he make it. And people like Kobe didn't want to do that. People like Jordan didn't want to do that. Jordan could have continued to play and continued to play. He could have been looking like the Wizards Jordan for how many years he wanted to, but he was like, nah, I don't want to go out like that. I want to go out on top. He hit his last shot against Utah, won a championship, played all 82 games, played defense up until the time he retired, even with the Wizards. And if he couldn't do that, there's no point in him being on the floor. LeBron is okay with, I'm not playing defense because I got the media that's going to tell everybody it's okay for me not to play defense. But caller from California, what's your thoughts?
Thanks for taking my call, and love the panel. My thing about LeBron is it's like your dad got a 2000 Camry, and it's time for a new ride, and he comes home talking about I got a new car, and you go out and you see a 2005 Camry. It's like that's not really the upgrade I was looking for as a Laker fan, because having Kobe, since '96. And then, I'm looking for the new, like Dominique was saying, I'm looking for the new blood. And then we get LeBron James. And then, of course, our whole team gets traded away to get AD. And now we can't build around AD because the Lakers formula is always dominating the paint, rebounds. And we can't dominate the paint with LeBron at power forward. AD is a power forward. We should have a center. We should have two bigs. And I don't think we're going to really improve as a team as long as we have LeBron taking as much cap space as he does. I don't have anything against him as a basketball player, but I think he's just old. I've seen the Magic Johnson era when he came back. I saw Kobe. LeBron's better than both of those guys in their old age, but he's still 40 years old or 39 years old. And, you know, we just can't win with a 49-year-old being your, or a 40-year-old being your number one, number two option or number three.
No, you can't.
I don't think you can do that. So, you know, I think it's time for him to go just for salary cap purposes. No hate, nothing like that, but just to clear space under salary cap.
Yeah. No, that's all facts. That's all facts. Yeah, and the crazy thing about it is the same thing that LeBron does to organizations and teams, he's doing to the NBA. Like you talked about, when he goes to an organization, there's a lot of guys that get their potential kind of like stunted or wasted, which is the reason why Kyrie wanted to leave. He was like, man, I can do so much more. But in this phone booth that I had to play in called the LeBron system, I'm capped off at a certain spot, right? And then you got AD, who could be, I mean, people was talking about him as being a threat to Tim Duncan as the greatest power forward we ever seen. We're not talking about that anymore. So he got his growth stunted. And then all these young guys that the Lakers had getting traded away or not using their talent. We can't see what the ceiling is for D'Angelo Russell because the way they want to play and all that stuff, man. You can't play with a center, and like he does all this, and by the time he leaves, the organization has depleted so much money, so many draft picks, so many young players. LeBron's gone, and now you sit here, stuck with the hot potato, trying to figure everything out. And that's what he's doing to the NBA as well. All these new stars that Dominique was talking about, Ben Carroll, SGA, Jokic, all these people we supposed to be talking about, we can't talk about because we keep hogging up all the time with Bronny, LeBron, Lakers, JJ Redick, Westbrook when he was there, Westbrook when he couldn't hit no shots. I mean, just all of these things. That's what just think about the last 5 or 6 years, what we've been talking about. LeBron and AD. LeBron coming into the bubble, winning it. Okay. LeBron in-season tournament. LeBron, Jason Kidd and Vogel. LeBron, Carmelo Anthony and Rondo. LeBron and Westbrook. LeBron, JJ Redick, LeBron, Bronny. It just never stops. And we ain't talked about Ben Carroll none this season. We ain't talked about SGA much. I mean, it's just sad, man.
Well, here's the thing.
I'm a Laker fan, so I don't really.
All you got to do is talk about them.
We haven't talked about the undefeated Cavs enough.
But all you got to do is say, hey, what do you think about the undefeated Cavs? And then start a conversation. It didn't happen.
I'm talking about the media. So the media isn't talking about it. And I think that that's what Mel means when he says that we haven't heard anything about these people.
I hear about the Cavs every time I turn the TV on.
Okay. I don't. I hear about Bronny. I hear about LeBron's triple doubles and losses. That's what I hear about. When the Cavs blew them out, the conversation was more about the Lakers and the Cavs and their undefeated win streak.
Yeah, well, Bronny, for me, I think the Lakers would have been real assholes not to draft Bronny, to be honest. I mean, I don't think he's NBA ready. And I think with the, when they stopped letting high school players come in, they kind of opened up this whole new development league for players that aren't ready to go into. I think that's where he belongs right now. But I remember Derek Fisher was drafted. He was 22 years old. So he can hide as a one and done 19-year-old, 20, 21-year-old. You look at the last Laker picks. I mean, they're all in the G League. Maxwell Lewis, Max Christie spent 2 years in the G League.
Yeah, for sure.
JHS
for sure. And look, not to cut you off, man, but we got to move on. But I can't give Bronny any type of one and done leeway.
No, he's not one and done.
Because a real one and done, the real one and done is Jared McCain that plays for Philly, that played for Duke. And that kid is phenomenal. Like, this kid is so good as a rookie that I think Tyrese Maxey is going to come back from his injury early because he might be trade bait. That's how good. Have you seen McCain, Jay?
Really?
No, I'm talking about this season. I know you've seen him at Duke. Hey, caller. Hey, thanks for the call, caller. We're gonna move on.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks. Thanks. Take care.
Yeah,
To me,
he's my
he's
favorite
a
player in the NBA right now.
Bruh. Hey,
I told y'all. I told anybody who would listen, he would shoot the league up.
Bruh, remember last week when we was talking about Rookie of the Year, we talked about Zach Edey. We talked about who was the other guy we was talking about? Nobody mentioned McCain.
Because he's not going when Maxey come back, he going back to the bench. They was giving him 3 minutes a game before Maxey got hurt. They're not gonna use him right. They're not gonna use it. He got to get up out of Philly. They're not gonna use him right.
I don't know, man.
Send his ass down there with Banchero.
Sound like he about to take Kyle Lowry's minutes.
Kyle Lowry shouldn't have no minutes in the first place.
No.
Hey, Chris, you stole the words right out my brain.
Pancake batter.
Kyle Lowry should be playing for Philly, hitting the A gap while Saquon Barkley get a rest on the sideline.
Big three.
That man would be a nice running back.
Kyle Lowry ain't got no business playing no more minutes on no hardwood.
Nah. All right, man. We done with this. Any more phone calls?
LeBron can take up a roster spot, so can he. If Bronny James, he's more qualified than Bronny James. Do you know the Lakers would be doing better if they had Kyle Lowry and not Bronny?
No, they wouldn't.
As a backup point guard, yes, they would.
No, not as a catch and shoot point. He won't be playing point guard because LeBron would be
better than Bronny.
Look, yeah, you're right, but there's no point guard that can actually play point guard with Luka or freaking LeBron, man. I just hate it.
Rondo did it.
Now he played. Now he was a catch and shoot. And when LeBron went and sat down, he played some point. Nah, but Rondo was lighting that thing up, and sometimes he was getting DNPs. If you ain't hitting that three, Rondo, ain't no need for you to be out there. Sit down. But if the three falling, they'll leave him out there.
I never forgive LeBron for ruining Mario Chalmers.
Man,
never.
That man, they told Mario Chalmers, "You'll never work in this city again." and he was in the big three at 29.
And when they said this city, they meant Earth.
Earth 616. You go find you a different Earth. You ain't working on this one.
Oh man! All right, man. Let's talk about the Tyson fight, y'all. Bomani, man. Hey, y'all know Bomani Jones. He a straight shooter, man. He tell it like it is. Have y'all heard this soundbite?
No,
I haven't heard it.
Man, this dude went on a real news station and got interviewed talking about the fight, and the lady was asking him questions like, what you think about the fight? She trying to make it, she trying to help promote it, talk about it, and Bomani just kept saying. He pretty much was saying like, man, y'all, this is not a real fight, man. Like, hey, she asked him twice and tried to get him to, play along, but he just wouldn't play along. It's funny, man. Listen to how he responded.
I want to get right to Bomani Jones, host of The Right Time with Bomani Jones podcast. Good to see you, Bomani. As always, the betting site Polymarket shows Paul with a 64% chance of winning, 31% for Tyson. Who have you got winning tomorrow?
It ain't us. Like, this is a farce. I don't know how anybody can say they have any idea who is going to win this fight. Because on one hand, Jake Paul has been in these fights, but he doesn't fight against boxers. That's the thing. He'll fight MMA guys, former basketball players. We haven't seen him go against a boxer. On the other hand, the dude he's fighting is 58 years old. And maybe this is generational. I struggle to believe that Jake Paul can beat Mike Tyson in the fairway. That's the hardest thing in the world for me to possibly believe. At the same time, it's really difficult to believe a 58-year-old man is going to go out there and win a boxing match. I can't believe this is real life.
You know who weighed in on this? Another boxing legend, Oscar De La Hoya. And he gave a prediction for tomorrow's fight. Listen to what he said.
You're fighting a Mike Tyson that only has a chance to win in the first 3 rounds because he's 60 years old. Jake Paul is a young, strong fighter who is now becoming dangerous, who is becoming experienced in the sport. One punch from Jake Paul, well landed, can easily knock out Mike Tyson. We have to be honest with ourselves. So yeah, I just wish that everybody comes out healthy, especially because Tyson being 60 years old.
I think he's 58, first of all. But New York Magazine, to that point, reported Tyson almost died preparing for this fight. Is he up for going past that, 3 rounds?
I mean, I would find that to be somewhat unlikely, right? Like, I'm not sure how long it went when he had that fight against Roy Jones not too long ago, but I think that's a reasonable thing for De La Hoya to say, that if Mike Tyson's going to win this, it's going to go early. What shocks me is that Oscar De La Hoya is treating this like it is an actual factual boxing match, as opposed to the Carnival show that it truly is. Like, I would have expected that they went to De La Hoya and he would have been a little bit more scornful of this. I get he's a boxing promoter and maybe he thinks this is good for the sport. I have no idea. But if I were Mike Tyson, I'd be trying to go home as soon as possible. I'd try to get that taken care of pretty quickly. I would think that I could knock Jake Paul's head off if I was Mike Tyson. I would.
All right, look. Do y'all think this is a real fight? And if so, man, what y'all expect to happen?
I think that it is a stage production to everybody but Mike Tyson. I think
that's what makes him dangerous.
I think Mike Tyson think this is actually a fight.
That's what makes him dangerous.
He gonna go in there. He gonna try to take that boy head off. They gonna be like, wait.
Whoa.
They gonna be like, wait. This was supposed to go to distance. You ain't supposed to be. Because, like, I mean, you look at the training videos of Mike Tyson, man, and I mean, yes, it's training. You know, it's training camp or whatever. 58, granted, but dog, I would not want to be in them pads still taking punches from 58-year-old Mike Tyson, because them things look like they hurt. But I mean, we already know what 58 versus what? They say he's 31 years older than Jake Paul, so it's just like we know what it is, right? And the fact that it's on Netflix should tell you everything that you need to know.
The power never leaves. The speed, the reaction, everything is what leaves, but the power don't leave. And Jake Paul is susceptible to getting hit, but he's not going to get hit because this is all planned out.
In a perfect world, before you go, Jay, in a perfect world, in order to preserve it, because it's disrespectful to put Mike Tyson in this event and have him take a loss because of whatever stipulations they got. I guarantee you it'll end in a draw unless Tyson actually catches him and knocks his lights out. But it's gonna somehow end in a draw. They both get the payday because you don't disrespect Mike Tyson like this.
19 years ago was 2005, and in 2005, I went to see Mike Tyson fight Kevin McBride. And that man gave up on the stool. He was just tired. He was too tired to finish a fight 20 years ago.
But that was a real boxer, Jay. This is a YouTube sensation.
That was a real boxer going 12 rounds with 3-minute rounds. This is 2-minute rounds, 8 rounds. And Mike was probably coked out of his mind back then.
Listen, man. I'm watching right now LA Knight wrestle somebody else. That fight that I'm watching now is as real as the fight that's going to come on with Mike Tyson. It's not. Listen, it's not real. However, it can get real quick.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if he hit Mike and it hurt him,
boy,
you can forget it, because Mike is going to put one of them combos on him, and it's gonna hurt real bad. You might see Jake Paul run for the rest of the night, which would behoove him.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here: that smack wasn't real yesterday either.
There wasn't no follow through. I mean, there wasn't no
Nah. So
if you whatever your name is, this dude Pythagoras, whatever your name is, if you think this is a real fight, you're delusional.
Did y'all hear Tyson's explanation about why he smacked Jake Paul?
Said he stepped on his foot.
Said he purposefully, what he felt like purposefully, he stepped on his foot when he walked on the stage, and he was like, I got real bad feet. And he was, sorry, I got real bad feet. You step on my feet.
Huh. Well, look. Let's say this. Let's say you're Jake Paul's agent, or
let me look up if he got clutch on his side. Because golly,
Nah, probably so. But no, you're his agent or whoever does the contract that promote the fight. What's in the contract? You can't knock him out, right? And like you said, Chris, it might end in a draw. Or it might win with Tyson because they don't want to ruin Tyson's legacy by making him lose to an amateur like this, even in his old age. So I can see it going the distance, the decision going to Mike, but Jake Paul doesn't get knocked out, and it looks like he went toe-to-toe with Mike Tyson and survived, so he still gets to keep his clout. But Mike Tyson didn't lose to a YouTuber, but, he didn't knock him out either, but that's fine because he's 58. So they both, it's like a win-win. They both walk away with money. They put on a good show. Nobody lost their legacy, and Jake Paul gets to promote another one of these next year. But if he lose and get knocked out, he can never, like, there's nowhere for him to go and make money as a boxer no more.
Sure, he lost to Mike Tyson, which, like, there's no loss in this for anybody. There's no loss in this for anybody.
Unless they get knocked out.
Even if they get knocked out, if Mike Tyson knocks out Jake Paul, you'll be like, yo, it was Mike Tyson. So next year, Jake Paul could fight, a lesser named big boxer. He could fight, Tyson Fury granddaddy or whatever. Who knows?
Well, he lost to Tyson Fury's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
y'all remember a couple years ago when Floyd fought his brother Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And Floyd actually knocked him out, by my count, at least 3 times in that fight.
He called him.
Held him up.
He held him up a couple times. He did.
Correct.
That was for the bag. He was like, this was supposed to go the distance. So you could tell what it, but there was 3 times that I saw that Logan was asleep and Floyd had to hold him up. I think this probably be like the same situation.
But let's say Mike Tyson get knocked out. You'd be like, man, Mike Tyson is 20 years past fighting and 100 years old. Okay, like
I still don't want to see it though.
It don't mess up his legacy. I tell you what messed up his legacy. I tell you what would mess up Mike Tyson's legacy right now. Nothing. There's nothing he can do to mess up his legacy. It's solidified.
I think that the way the Jake Paul and his media team or whatever would spin it, if Jake Paul was to come out with a win, either decision or by knockout, I think it'd be worse by knockout. But if he was to somehow get this win over Tyson, like they're gonna be like, oh, what's the talk now? I done fought a real boxer now. Da 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 da.
But it was Chris. You fought a 60-year-old boxer.
I know this. But the talk about Jake Paul to this point was you fought nobody but out of prime athletes from different sports.
What is this?
And then but it's the same sport, and it's a person who reigned over that sport when he was in his prime for a while.
He struggled against Anderson Silva,
like
and that's a UFC fighter.
So let's be clear.
He lost.
Let's be clear.
Actual boxer and Fury's brother.
Let's be clear. No disrespect. Mike Tyson prime was before you were born.
What they got to do with the prices in China, dog? I know what Mike Tyson did.
Listen, you're a grown man with a beard. So him beating Mike Tyson don't hold no weight. They had whole grown men with beards since his prime. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
But I'm just saying, I just don't like the way I feel like there is a lose in this situation for Tyson if he loses this fight.
Nah, Tyson.
I know the fight is fake. I know the fight is rigged. It's supposed to be what it's a spectacle, but I just don't like the fact that y'all playing with Mike Tyson like this.
No, Tyson signed up for this for the bag, for the just the bag. Real talk.
He's got to feed his pigeons somehow.
This Paul cat, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all of these, they're must see TV. They're like these dudes have like one of the biggest podcasts in the world. One of these cats is on wrestling. Dude, if he wanted to be a boxer, he could literally just box boxers. This man goes out his way to box people who are not active boxers. You get what I'm saying? He's boxed one active boxer
and lost.
But he said he want to fight Canelo next.
Man, listen,
Canelo
he better off eating cantaloupe. Don't fight Canelo. Like, no.
He's not really boxing for the sport. He's boxing for entertainment. And
listen.
Everything's all in the contract. What's supposed to happen?
It ain't even in the entertainment. He's doing it for the bag. This dude is making $40 million off of this.
It's
crazy. Right. So I think that Mike Tyson is doing it for money, but I just think it's embarrassing. I thought it was embarrassing when Floyd Mayweather did the who did he fight? Conor McGregor. Like, I just think that these things are not. I don't like it. I think it's something that ruins the integrity of the sport, and it's just like what we're seeing in the NBA. Like, we want to watch real fighters. Like, that's, I remember when heavyweights were a big deal to watch, and now it's just not the same. And I think Mike Tyson coming back and giving us a glimpse of just, those memories that we have of him fighting. It'll never be like that again. And I'm embarrassed by this. I think this is a disgrace.
Let me ask you.
But it boils down to
mockery of the spirit.
UFC has boxing doing spectacle to keep up. Period.
So
and UFC got a big fight tomorrow night.
A huge fight. Actually, 2 of them. But that goes into my question, right? So boxing has kind of been dying off as far as, like gaining viewerships and stuff like that. Let's play devil's advocate. Do y'all think that he's doing this to bring eyes back to boxing, the sport in general?
Oh, Mike?
No, Jake.
I think he's
How
he's
though?
not a boxer.
Because it's like you see this guy and it's like, oh man, like he says he's a boxer. Let me go see who I think can beat him, and then they go to other boxers.
Okay,
maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't think that people who really love boxing love this.
No.
So I don't think that this shines a light on boxers and the talent in the sport. I think, for me, just growing up, it was Mike Tyson. Then it became Roy Jones, but the weight class got smaller. Then it became Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya. We've seen the heavyweight phase out, in front of our eyes.
Think about it like this: the same way people watch LeBron hoping he loses, how many people you think are watching the fight hoping Mike Tyson knocks his ass out?
People watch LeBron hoping he lose.
Yes. Yeah.
I watch knowing he gonna lose.
Right. It's not a hope. It's just like, okay, well, we know he's not gonna win this. We know he's not gonna get to the finals. We know he's not gonna win this title.
Hey, now he killing right now though. Anthony Davis killing too, man. He got 26 in the first half against Wemby. LeBron already got almost at a triple double, 9, 9, and 8 right now at halftime. So they cooking, and they up by 8. They cooking. Jared McCain is killing as well. He already got 24. This is like, he's been going off all week, bro. Like, McCain he about to run away with Rookie of the Year if he keep getting minutes. And he leading his team. Embiid only got 17. McCain is leading the team with 24. Paul George with 11. So, I'm keeping an eye on that kid.
The missing piece.
McCain, man, bro. I used to watch Philly games for Embiid, but now I'm watching it for McCain, man. McCain is good. And look, I only seen him play like 3 or 4 times at Duke. And when I seen him, he wasn't missing no threes. I don't know. Is he a shooter, Jay? I don't know if he's a shooter or not, man. But the dude.
Oh yeah, he definitely a shooter.
Is he a shooter? But he doing more than shooting now.
But he basically is a combo guard who can play both ends of the floor. His defense is all right too.
I really like that. Do you know who he played against in high school? Bronny James. They beat him all 4 times.
Oh, he probably gave Bronny work.
Oh man, the dude that played for Denver named Strausser, they went to Gonzaga, I think. He was on that team with McCain, and they had one more pro on that team. They had three pros on that team, all ballers, and all were real one and dones in college, and all contributing to a pro team right now.
I hated the fact that McCain was one and done. I think he should have stayed another year for selfish reasons. He was ready.
Yeah.
He was ready.
Yeah.
But him and the backcourt was him and Tyrese Proctor, and both of them boys can go.
Yeah, but ain't it crazy? We didn't hear nothing about him. They was at the rival school of the school that Bronny went to. What's the name of that school?
Sierra Canyon.
Sierra Canyon. They were right across from them. There was rivals, and they beat them almost every time. And they had three or four dudes on that team better than Bronny. But we kept hearing about Bronny the whole time. I just want to throw that out there. But we can move from this. I don't know where everybody with their camera right now.
No.
But I can shout out some of the super chats. Right hand Cam with a $5 super chat said Jake getting knocked out. Period.
I hope so, man. I really do. Like
me too.
I just want to get that bell rung one good time, dog.
Yeah, my brother Push said LeBron Lance Armstrong is gonna catch real consequences when he officially retires. All he's ever done is disrespect the game. Hogwash. Push again. My alum Syracuse is back up. Kion is going to go off with my Orangeman, bleed orange. Yeah, I thought he had already committed.
I was about to say the same thing because I think he had posted like a picture with him and his dad wearing a jersey.
Yeah, maybe it was just for a visit.
Probably was just for a visit. I'm like, man, they saying he officially committed, but I'm like, didn't dude commit like last year?
Yeah, interesting. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Good for him though. Shout out to Cayenne, man. That dude, that's a bucket. That dude is a bucket
for sure. And then also in the cash out, Posh King with the $15 cash out, man. Appreciate you, brother. No, he didn't leave a message, but
shout out to Posh, man. Shout out to all the super chats, man. We appreciate y'all greatly.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's get to Luka Doncic, man, and then we'll finish it up with the NBA. But Luka Vandross, he had a very interesting 4-game skid with Dallas. They're 0-4 for their last 4, and the last 2 games in particular, one where they had the matchup with the Warriors and could have won that game, but something happened in the fourth quarter in the clutch. I think Steph Curry had the last 12 points out of the 14 points they scored, and every single time the game plan was get Steph the ball, whoever Luka is guarding, come set the screen so I can get a switch, and we're just gonna abuse Luka, and it worked, right? Sometimes they ended up with Gafford on Steph or a lot. Was it Lively? Or Lively on Steph, but it was all from starting with get Luka involved in this screen action, and great things are going to happen. And it was just embarrassing. And then it got worse last game, where his defense was so bad. 6 seconds left on the clock. This dude was guarding nobody, and gave up a easy dunk to John Collins for a game winner.
Did you hear what he blamed it on?
Miscommunication with his other teammate.
No, he said that he was talking to one of the coaches on the sideline.
This dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. I wish I can show y'all the play. It was so bad. But Kendrick Perkins, man, Kendrick Perkins took him in the backyard and whooped his tail. This is what he said about it.
They're 1-6 in clutch games now, and Kyrie Irving, of course, sat out this game. We should mention that with that right shoulder strain. But you got Klay Thompson in this one. You got Luka Doncic. They should be better at closing games. Why can't they, Perk?
Well, it starts with their leader, their franchise guy, and Luka. And we can't keep letting him off the hook for his effort defensively. Watching him defensively makes me want to throw up. And I'm not picking on Luka. I'm just keeping it real. He's been blown by 43 times this season. That's far most in the NBA. The next closest one to him is 35. He's not even putting forth the effort defensively. If you're Jay Kidd, how do you hold the locker room accountable? How can you go in and say, hey, we need you to be better if Luka is still out there with the same body language? It's just not fair. And I think, again, we keep harping on it. When is he going to take that next step of growth in those areas to be that leader they need him to be?
You know what, Perk? I was wondering, the Mavericks had a timeout there. We know because they drew up a last play. I wonder if Kidd should have taken him off the court. You know, and that's kind of a thing you have to do. If you have a guy who's bad in those defensive situations, you might have to take him off the court in that spot. We've seen that before. It's happened with Steph, and frankly, I will say this. The Mavericks were a very good clutch team last year. They were excellent in the clutch. And sometimes clutch play, there's a little bit of variance that happens.
Yeah, bobs and waves.
But the problem is that they're in all these clutch games. And one of the reasons they're on these clutch games is because Luka's not playing that well.
Would you have taken him off the floor?
I mean, at some point to teach a message, maybe. You know, we all know he's a great closer, so you want him on the other side. There could be a turnover where he can make a great play. But if the issue is the blow-bys, and I'm not trying to be like rude or anything, but watching the game, there are multiple plays where the Mavs were losing the point of attack. So there's supposed to be a switch out, and the defender, whether it's a guard or post, are way far behind instead of stepping up, being aggressive at that point of attack. That's what I was saying. At the top of the key, at least the least you can do is make that pass hard, but instead everyone's sagging back. So there's an issue with mentality when it comes to addressing your one-on-one matchup that is spread over to the entire team.
The word is out around the NBA about Luka. Put him in actions, and he's not going to defend. I'm glad you brought up Steph because remember, Steph went through a period of his career where he was being picked on, right? And then all of a sudden, we saw when Steph won his 4th NBA championship, the Celtics were trying to search him out. The Celtics were trying to get mismatches. Where we saw Steph bodying up Al Horford on the block, he took on the challenge. And so, again, if the Mavs are trying to get back to the promised land and complete the mission, it's going to have to start with Luka. One more thing. When you talk about clutch, being in clutch moments, it's two sides of the basketball.
Yeah.
How many times have we come on here talk about a guy got a key block or he got a key steal in the clutch? Why that can't be the Dallas Mavericks?
Yeah.
Hey, so real quick, man. Kendrick Perkins talked about the defense, man. A lot of people don't talk about this defense, man. What y'all think, man? Can the Mavs get back to the finals with Luka playing this type of defense? And also, I mean, why don't the NBA consider defense when they start talking about who these players are? When like right now they got Luka ranked as the best player in the league. How come defense ain't part of the whole equation, man? But just tell me where y'all think the Mavs going with Luka playing like this?
Can I go?
Sure. It's your squad.
Okay, so I'm a big time Mavs fan, and I watch the Mavericks religiously, and it's been the same thing for like the last 3 or 4 years, right? Even when he was overseas playing with his national team, he comes back out of shape. And there'll always be something, and it'll happen within the next week. He'll magically get hurt in practice and be out for 10 or 12 days. And that's when he's running and he's actually getting into shape. He's fat. It has nothing to do with basketball. He's fat, lazy, and out of shape. That's all it is. So there was a conversation on the radio today talking about this very thing. And so the Mavericks, these last games that they've lost, these last 4 games they've lost by a total of 8 points. But they've outscored their opponent in the fourth quarter, which means it's not the fourth quarter. It's not clutch time. This happens earlier in the game. In like the third period is when it happens, right? So Luka will never take that next step until he takes his life serious. He gets a nutritionist. He takes the summertime seriously. He gets into some sort of basketball shape to begin the season, and he comes in and plays basketball. Until then, it's going to be the same stuff like it was last year. You'll start off in the 8th and 9th seed. You'll start that out to the All-Star break, and then Luka will finally work himself into shape, and they'll play better basketball in the second half of the season and work themselves into the 4 or 5 seed. It happens like that all the time here, all the time. And it's because of one thing. Luka's fat ass comes into season out of shape.
Hey, hold on real quick. So real quick, this is the play. This is Jordan Clarkson at the top of the key with the ball. Look at John Collins down there on the block, and Luka is guarding John Collins on the top side.
Now look and see if he's talking to any coach.
Well, just right across from Jordan Clarkson, and it looked like he was barking out some orders, right? But look at Colin Sexton standing at the corner 3, right? Now, whoever was guarding him, I think it was Grimes. You know, he was top lock. You know, so he was standing there. Now, the worst thing that can happen is Sexton can run to the corner and Jordan Clarkson can make a horrible long pass with a low percentage of it actually working to Sexton. But by the time that happens, Grimes can recover and get there. Or Sexton can cut to the basket for a lob, But Luka is supposed to see that. And also you see Lively on the other side of the block. He would see it. So that lob might not work. But what Luka is doing, he's supposed to be, his chest is supposed to be on Collins. He's one step away from the rim. He's supposed to be holding Collins right now. That's dumb defense. Like that is dumb. Look on the other side. No one else is doing what they're doing on the other side. Klay Thompson is not doing it. Live is not doing it. What the hell is Luka doing?
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Something that they teach you when you start playing organizational basketball at an early level is that you're supposed to be in between your man and the basket. This is terrible,
bro. With 6 seconds on the clock for a game winner.
His feet ain't even ready to play defense. Look at his feet.
I have a question.
He can't even see the ball. It's supposed to be ball you man. Ball you man. You're supposed to see the ball. You're supposed to be between the ball and your man. But your hand, you can't be what is that? 2 feet away from a lob threat.
He's 2 hash marks away from his guard.
It's not even in defensive position. Like he's not ready.
Like you can look at Lively. Lively is between his man and the bucket, watching the ball, right? So if his man makes a move, he's gonna see it or he's gonna feel it. Klay Thompson is in a defensive position in between his man and the bucket, watching the ball.
If you take everybody else off the court, like you just blind them out and just left Luka standing right there, and you ask the question, what just happened? Someone would say a timeout was called and he's headed to the bench. No, it's
true. It's true.
No, just look at it for real.
Because even though Grimes is not in the most ideal positions, he's still looking at the ball. What is Luka doing?
If you just had to look at Luka right now and say, where's the ball? You would assume that Buddy up there at the top got the ball.
You would think that Colin Sexton got the ball. About to take a shot.
No one else would have the ball.
No, I would think that that Dallas had the ball and Luka was about to set a screen.
Exactly. or somebody called timeout and you hearing the little the NBA on ESPN music playing.
Like this is and for either scenario, right? If John Collins just sees that, okay, he's not paying attention, I'm easy dunk, or he sets a pick for Colin Sexton to go backdoor, Luka is in no position to go guard either of those situations.
It was so bad, man. It was so bad.
Terrible.
But why are you blaming it on a miscommunication with the coach? You really don't know what to do in this moment. You haven't practiced any of this over and over. You haven't learned and trained. And first of all, like European basketball has very good training. Yeah. So the fact that he doesn't defend and doesn't know how, it's not that he doesn't know how to defend.
The training has been privileged. Being fat and out of shape.
No, that's not it. That's not it.
It is. Every year it's the same thing. He's fat and out of shape.
That's part of it.
We just saw him in the finals. We just saw him in the finals. So this
precisely, but you saw him in the finals later on in the season. Every year the same thing.
Am I allowed to finish my take?
Sure, go ahead.
So we saw him in the finals and he wasn't defending. It's not a matter of him being in shape. There are plenty of basketball players that show up to the NBA not in shape. We saw James Harden every single year not in shape. And when they played against the Bucks, he got down there. He got his big back on, like he was defending. So it's a matter of, do you want to defend or do you not? And do you know how to defend or do you not? And he clearly, it's a mixture of he doesn't know how to defend. He looks clueless out there. That has nothing to do with he's not in shape. He wasn't in defensive position. So what that tells me is that he hasn't been trained on even defending. He's been privileged. He's been protected on offense and defense his entire career. That's how he plays, not like somebody that is just too fat.
You're saying
that he plays himself into shape, but he wasn't in shape in the finals either, and he still just wasn't defending. He doesn't have defensive effort, period. That's not about shape.
That's a person that he can't defend in the finals. That's somebody he can't defend.
Well, he doesn't defend anybody,
this
though.
is just precisely. This is just him like being in the right position, right? And that has what? Okay, I'm not a basketball player. I'm a football player, right? That's what I played. Whenever I was tired, right, they called running plays because I couldn't roll out or I couldn't do things. Luka is on the court right now. He's gassed because he's fat and out of shape. He can't get into that position.
Okay, but gassed and out of shape, you can't face the ball? That doesn't make sense.
That's what I'm saying. But
he has his back to the ball, Corey. That's not out of shape.
As soon as you get tired, your fundamentals goes away. That's the first thing that goes away.
But he doesn't defend. This is him all game, though, and he's protected on offense and defense. Jason Kidd has come out and said it. There was a point when they got eliminated knocked out of the playoffs directly post game. We have to learn how to protect Luka on defense.
So Dominique, what you just said is actually that's actually what it is. Like, so what Dominique said, she said it's a combination of things, 3 things. So it's really what you were saying and what Corey is saying, plus something else. He is out of shape. So being out of shape is a reason why people don't give the effort. And also when you're gassed and you're not thinking, you had those type of brain freezes, but also he's not giving the effort like you said. And also the communications got like normal stuff that you're supposed to do as a defender. You got regular principles that you just know. They're abandoning regular principles because Luka can't do them. So everyone on the floor has a protection layer around Luka on. If they're going to try to set a screen with Luka, we're going to, we got to protect him. Like we got to switch so he won't get involved in that screen action and then get one-on-one with somebody like Jordan Clarkson or Steph Curry, right? So it looks like Grimes was trying to, anticipate a screen coming. That way he could get involved in it and Luka could just float to Colin Sexton in the corner. Luka didn't want to defend nobody on that play because they knew it was going to be a bucket. So he was trying to figure out how him and Grimes was going to switch if a screen was coming. That's what I think it was. So
can you bring that picture back up?
The fact that everyone has to protect Luka on the court and all he got to do is run and hide on defense and make sure he don't get on the ball is the reason why the communication breakdown is so bad.
So
why would you ever get in shape though? So if you're always getting protected and your coaches are saying that's the game plan for you, getting in shape, that's a tertiary sort of thing for him. He doesn't even think of that. I don't think his game is predicated on that.
Yeah. But Chris, before you go, you see how he's looking at Colin Sexton. That's because he think Collins is about to come and set a screen for Jordan Clarkson, and he didn't want to be guarding Collins when the screen was set because he would have got switched on Jordan Clarkson for the game winner like he did on Steph the game before that. So what Grimes was doing was cheating up so they could just crisscross, and Luka was going to take Colin Sexton while John Collins run to the top of the key and set that screen, and that way Grimes could switch on Clarkson as a better defender. That's what it was. He was ready to go guard Sexton so he won't get involved in that screen.
You literally just said, Mel, that he was looking to hide on defense. He's not looking at the ball. He's not worried about how the team is going to defend as a team. He's trying to hide on defense.
He's making sure. Yes, he's making sure he can get away from the ball. Yeah.
So here's my question, right? It's a little blurry, so I can't really tell exactly. I know that's probably what Kevin Huerter down there in the bottom corner, right? That Liveliest Garden.
No, that's
not Kevin Huerter.
Either Laura Marketing or Flip from Duke.
I think that might be Flip. So
yeah, I don't know why Marketing is not out there, but yeah, I think it's Flip.
So I want to talk about the fact that what happened before this picture was taken that put Luka on John Collins in the first place. That's a guard to a center matchup. So he was already mismatched anyway.
Well, he's mismatched wherever he is on the floor on defensive. That's how bad he is as a defender.
True,
he can't guard nobody on that floor.
But at least he needed to be somewhere in his position range. How did he get switched to John Collins in the first place?
Who else was he go guard, Chris?
That's what I'm trying to see. Who like he could have been on Flip because
it
should be Lively on Collins.
I mean, what difference would it make though?
They were already effed from the point by having Luka on John Collins in the first place.
Did you hear what old boy said after Kendrick Perkins started? He said they called a timeout. They should have took Luka out, which is crazy that you got this guy that everyone is telling us is the best player in the league, and you need to take him out on a defensive play like it's hockey.
Mm-hmm. That tells you everything you need to know. And this is why when we did our list, Luka wasn't on mine because it's two sides to the ball.
Facts.
Eye injury. Okay, so that's why Flip was in. So
actually, there's no sides of the ball.
There's actually 8.
Hey man, we'll take a phone call on this because I'm interested to think what everybody. I want to hear what everybody else think about this.
I want to hear what Chris say.
What's up?
Your last thoughts on it. This is bad, y'all.
Listen,
bad.
I'm telling you, if you lose weight, you move better, and you could probably stay in front of some people. The reason that he's bad on defense is because he is too big.
But Corey, we've
what about the times that when he's in shape?
Hold on.
When has he ever been in shape?
He has been.
He was round. He was round in the finals.
When?
That's a shape.
When?
Corey, I've seen.
Would you trust
Luka.
Luka?
He's come into seasons in shape. Yes, he has. He's not fat every single season. I don't know. Maybe
he's
been in the NBA.
He starts the season fat every year.
Every
year. But I've seen him not fat. And he still doesn't defend. So even when he plays himself into shape, so you can talk about he starts the season. So we just watched him not defend in the finals.
If you came
in the finals, you said he plays himself
Dominic,
into
if
shape.
you come into something overweight all the time, listen, if you lose weight, you're a better athlete.
Okay, so when he loses weight throughout the season, does he defend? No.
Why don't you just lose weight your whole
never
life? Why don't
defends.
you just drop 20 pounds and stay 20 pounds?
Okay,
he
Corey.
can't defend because he can't move his feet.
So is he fat the whole season, or does he play himself into shape?
Yes, he is.
So he never played himself into shape.
He's never
not
in
one
shape.
season.
He's never in shape. Never.
Okay.
Mel said the point. Round is a shape.
It is.
Look, I've seen a skinny Luka. He's never defended his whole career. When he was in Slovenia or wherever he's from, he doesn't defend because that's how he was raised. He was trained not to defend.
He can't move his feet.
He plays in FIBA when he wasn't always fat.
His offensive game
He
is
wasn't
slow.
always fat, and he never
don't move
defended his whole career.
He don't move his feet.
I don't know about when you saw a skinny Luka. You might.
I don't know when you saw a skinny Luka.
You might have seen a thinner.
Show me a
Luka.
picture of it. Just send me a picture of it.
Before he came to the NBA and possibly his rookie season. Yeah, but call on the line, Funky Town. Go ahead.
He didn't defend in FIBA. I'm trying to tell you.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
We good. What's poppin'?
Funk.
Hey, Luka is a Ziploc bag of Bluebell homemade ice cream, melted. Okay. So Corey's correct on that one, and Dominique is correct because number one, he does not know how to play defense. That's obvious, not just the physical part, but he hasn't been trained. The reason is they eyeballed him early. He got moved out of Slovenia. He went to Spain, played for Real Madrid, and he's been protected like a golden child his whole career. His entire career, he's been the golden child. And he's been just like Bronny and given special treatment, special dispensation. So in his case, it happens to be the whole defensive side of basketball. He's never had to go through the hard stuff to learn the craft. The parts that you're supposed, like you said, the things you're talking about, the switch out, the different things you have. The reason why you defend is because you're not supposed to be an oxygen thief on one side of the ball. And then, a glorified, best player in the league on the other side of the ball. Well, the reason you're best player on the league is because you saved all your energy to do the offensive thing, which is the thing that's fun that everyone likes to do.
Correct.
That's where all the highlights are.
Yep.
And unfortunately, truthfully, he's not the only one. But he's a fat bastard, and the reason, he doesn't take it serious, and he's never been made to. All right, if he wasn't a palm-colored player, he would be getting slammed by sports talk radio in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex every single day, every single year. He came in out of shape. Any black player at any of our sports who would come in looking like he looks,
would be slammed. They wouldn't be here long, number one. But there's no way in the world that they would have been getting the same grace as far as coming in looking like a fat bastard. Like you just ate a baby.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate the call, man. Thank you, man.
All right, man.
Yeah. Hey, T-Bird, I saw your call. T-Bird, call back.
We need to start a merch line because there's too much material for t-shirts.
Fat bastard is funny, boy.
With a Luka face, crazy merch.
They almost look alike anyway.
They do.
I think fat people can defend too. I don't think defense has a weight.
It can though. It can. It definitely can.
I think what Dominique.
I think was defending in Boston. It's a choice. That's all that I'm saying. I'm not saying
what Dominique is saying
is
he can't defend and he's fat. Not that he can't defend because he's fat.
Correct.
And
that's what I'm saying. I don't think he can't defend because he's fat.
Shout out.
But
to
we do
Sports
agree that he
Business.
don't defend and can't defend.
Yeah,
And
for
he's
sure.
fat.
Yeah. All that junk is true. All of it is true. Like it. What was that thing on Dave Chappelle when it was like, why do black people love new menthol cigarettes? And every answer was the right answer.
Yes.
Why can't Luka defend? Because he's fat. Thing that is correct. Because he don't want to put the effort in. That is also correct, right? You know what I mean? It's just because he got 2 left feet. That is also correct.
If you can run on offense, you can run on defense. That's all I'm saying. It's definitely
now when you out of shape, you can't.
Now listen. As someone who's been out of shape,
offense.
As someone who's been out of shape, you got to make choices. Hey, either I'm gonna run and get this bucket.
Thank you.
Or I'm not.
You just proved my point. You just proved my point that it is a choice.
Real quick,
man,
man.
you getting one of
one of our VIP callers. T-Bird, what's up, man? What's your thoughts, man?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? What's up, everybody? What's up, Dom?
Hey, T-Bird.
Hey, just calling in the way in on this debate. What's the gentleman name that's sitting next to Dom? I'm sorry, I forgot his name.
Corey.
You said Corey?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, what's up, Corey? So I heard you and Dom, exchanging back and forth, and I thought y'all both made, valid points. I just think when it comes to defense, this is what we're missing. Defense is something that is within you. It's do you want it or don't you? You got to have that dog in you. You got to put effort into it, right? It has to be a part of your fiber. And Luka being out of shape and fat, which you are correct, Corey, that has nothing to do with if he can, or if he does play defense. You have fat people that absolutely can give effort. They might not be good defenders because they're fat and out of shape and can't keep up with their person. But a fat person can play D. But Luka has no desire, no intensity, no will or want to play defense. I watched that game, Luka against the Lakers. I watched one play where Luka he lost his man on the back screen. He did 2 360s trying to find his man, and his man got a backdoor layup. He is deplorable, and on defense, he has low IQ.
And I'm not disagreeing.
That's not about weight. It's not about being
I'm
fat.
not disagreeing with you at all. But when you physically cannot move your feet to do something, right? It's just like he always argues with the referee. He always argues with the referee on a fast break when he needs to be running. That's when he does it. And he does that because why? Because he's out of shape. He cannot move his feet because he's too big. If Luka got a nutritionist and worked the entire offseason on losing weight, I promise you see a much better player. I promise you would. And you see some effort on defense because now he feels like mentally he can do it. Right now he feels like he can't because he cannot physically do it.
Being in shape would improve everything he does for sure. I mean, that's the first thing you're supposed to be in shape just to start out with. Right. So it's not going to hurt.
Low buys anymore. So if Luka got skinny today, let's just say he transformed into the player we think he should look like by tomorrow. Let's just say, do you think we're going to stop seeing highlight reels of him getting blown by our defense?
Because he don't want to play. He don't want to play defense.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
But it'll be better than what we're seeing now. Like he looks like the worst defender in the league. Just being in shape is an improvement. But there's still other issues as well. Like I said, every reason why he doesn't play defense is the correct answer. every reason.
All Luka is just the lighter version of James Harden, because James Harden would be fat, and even when he lost his weight and he played himself into shape in the season, he still has a blow by mixtape.
Hey man, they said they keep a score now. They say Luka is far and beyond number one in blow bys this season with 43.
Hey, Mel, I got something else to add on that.
That was a trackable
Yeah,
stat.
go ahead.
The other thing about defense, right? Not even talking about whether he wants to or not, because we know he doesn't. Whether he's fat or not, because we know he is. You have to have the aptitude and IQ to play defense. A lot of these guys, you have to almost be able to take a quick look into the future, know what their play is that they're about to run on you. You have to anticipate the screen is coming, right? You have to do your homework on top of all the other physical stuff. Luka is not interested in the mental aspect of defense, the IQ level of defense. He's not interested in knowing the other team's plays and tendencies. He has no desire or anything to do with defense at all. He spends 100% of his effort on offense and offense only. He has no interest on defense.
No, you're absolutely right.
But he's not getting beat. He's not getting beat off the screen.
On eating.
He's not getting beat off the screen. Somebody not standing at the top of the key and hitting them with 7 or 8 in and outs and crosses and nothing that. Like, they are literally just dribbling the ball in a straight line past his big ass feet. Like it
for sure.
It ain't effort. You ain't even got to study that. Just move.
Yeah.
Get in front of the man with the ball.
He can't move, Jay. That's the whole problem.
Hey, thanks, T-Bird, for the call, man. Good.
Thanks a lot, Mel.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Mel. Appreciate it. Talk to you, Dom.
All right.
Have a good one.
Yeah, some of it is our fault. I ain't gonna say our fault, but like the NBA, because they keep rewarding it. Like they keep pushing players in our face like they're the best, and they're not obligated to play no defense at all. They can just, as long as they can get a triple double, that's all they care about. That's it, right? And how do I know that? I'm about to show you how I know that, because I'm looking at I wasn't able to get my let me get this number off the screen. I wasn't able to get my MVP ladder, but I do have the Kia's MVP ladder, right? And right now they got Jokic at number 1, right? And he is having some monster games statistically. He's averaging triple-double, 30 points a game, 14 rebounds, 12 assists. Monster numbers, right? But he's like, what is he, 4th or 5th? Let me see. He's 4th in the West, behind the Suns, behind the Warriors, behind the Thunder, and they just above the Rockets and the Lakers. So it ain't like he killing, right? And here we got the Cavaliers at number 1 in the entire league with a 13-0 record, about to be 14-0 tonight. You got the defending champions led by Tatum at 10-3. These teams are far and beyond the best 2 teams in the league. And Donovan Mitchell can't get no MVP love. He's not even in the top 5, right? So Kia got the Jokic, Tatum, Durant, SGA, and Anthony Davis 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 6 is Steph. Giannis is 7. With that horrible record, he's 7. Luka is number 8. All these guys are before Donovan Mitchell. And then right behind Donovan Mitchell, they got LeBron James. What are they valuing? They don't value the winning anymore at all. How is Donovan Mitchell number 9?
They're valuing clicks. They're valuing clicks. They're valuing clicks. They're valuing storylines and ratings. You know, LeBron doesn't belong. Even with the stats that he's getting this season. And how could all of these losers be ahead of Donovan Mitchell, the person who's undefeated?
How you got 2 people from the same team on the MVP ladder?
Before Donovan, well, at least they didn't put LeBron before Donovan Mitchell, but still, like, come on, man, number 9.
They never want to give the guys who play great ball.
Luka team is 2 games below 500, and they 0 for 4 for their last 4, and you got him ahead of Donovan Mitchell.
If you notice, though, Mel, it's those guys that are playing Bron ball, Luka ball that are ahead of Donovan Mitchell. Guys who are playing great team basketball, who are winning, playing winning basketball. Those are not the people that are recognized. Those are not the people the media talks about. Those are not the people that we're forced to talk about. You know, we have to talk about people who are playing scrubbalicious basketball. I'm surprised that Bronny's not up there because it's about social media. You know, it's about influencing people, apparently. It's about rappers. Who knows what it's about? It's about Kim Kardashian. It's not about basketball.
Man, how Kimmy K killed a stray?
Everybody's free game.
It's just that when you think about who's the greatest example of not having that much talent with, you know, so much recognition and fame and, you know what I'm saying? Marketing, her, LeBron, these are the people that come into play, but LeBron actually has talent, right? People wonder, how is Kim Kardashian a billionaire? And what did she do?
You know what she did.
Great, Jay.
I'm just saying it's not necessarily a talent. You know, she built a billionaire enterprise for herself, you know, and everybody wants to watch her family. We want to keep up with what she's doing. How did this happen? Kylie Jenner, how did this happen? She's a billionaire too.
Yeah, and I've never watched one episode of it.
Not one single episode of that show.
Nope.
It's just that people are not watching them because they're such great role models.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Right, he said
People are not watching them because they're these great people, because they're so talented, because they're so smart, right? Just like people are not watching Luka Doncic for like, what are they watching because he's winning? Are they watching because he's playing great basketball? They're watching him get blown by, just like you said, Chris, a blown by mixtape. And he's being recognized.
One of the things that I've noticed. One of the things that I've noticed is the media will tell the masses who to like and who not to like.
Correct.
And sometimes it's not about winning. It's not about numbers. It's just about, like, real quick that pops in my head is Josh Allen. Like, what has he ever done? You know what I mean?
He got a cannon on, and he can run it.
So does Cam Newton.
They're literally
they're the exact same player.
Just a different color. They're the exact same person.
Very true. Very true.
So I'm just saying, like,
but yeah,
it
one
just
got
goes,
ostracized and one gets praised.
You know what I'm saying? To steal a term from my fair-skinned friend over here, he's a serial loser.
Jay, you just saying that because y'all about to play them next week or Sunday,
and they finna lose.
Who finna lose? Who finna lose?
The boys on that wall behind you.
Would you care to make a wager?
Well, look.
Nah, the league is definitely in your pocket.
We know that the refs are going to help you.
Yeah. So
I take whatever help I can get.
Dang.
I'm gonna remind y'all again what I look at for the MVP.
I'm so tired of this triangle. Tired of this triangle.
You love this triangle, baby.
It's my favorite triangle.
It's mine too, man. Offensive value.
My favorite triangle is with a left and a right meet that. Never mind.
Offensive value, defensive value, and team success. That's what an MVP should be. Now, when you start talking about how good is his stats, and that's what your MVP is, that's called the Offensive Player of the Year. Luka can win that without winning and without playing defense. Jokic can win that without winning and without playing defense. If your stats are just incredible, give him the Offensive Player of the Year. We need to create the Offensive Player of the Year award so we can stop muddying the waters on what an MVP is, because that means value, and you have to be value on both ends of the floor to be a valuable player for your team. Not just a valuable offensive player, a valuable player, period, on both ends of the floor, and it leads to team success. You cannot be in the 12th seed if you're Dallas and be ahead of Donovan Mitchell, who's number one
in the league
in the MVP race, all because of you're averaging close to a triple-double, which is based on how you play your offense with that team.
I kind of disagree.
It's unreal. Okay.
I kind of disagree.
Let's go.
So the thing that I disagree about is you can't be in the 12th seed and be ranked ahead of the number one option on the number one seed. If they're playing like an unselfish team brand of ball where it ain't his job to go out and score 30, 40 a night, but everybody's getting 15 and it just looks good and it's just flowing. I can understand someone from a lesser team who seems to add more value because to be on a really good team, everybody kind of has to bring some value to it. You get what I'm saying? So I can see that, but I get what you're saying. So that's why I say I kind of disagree, but I understand the point that you're making. Donovan Mitchell is hooping, and he deserves way more credit than he's getting right now. I think team success is a lot bigger. Like again, I think that's one of those organizational things that, you know what I mean? If you could be balling and they gave you nothing to work with, or you can be balling and they like, nah, we're gonna run this style right here, and it's not conducive to winning, but it's conducive to ticket sales because each team is a business, and putting asses in chairs is their number one priority. Of
course,
they're gonna get paid regardless if there's a banner hung or not. The owners don't care about them banners; they care about that bottom line. So you can't never forget what my fair skinned friend down at the bottom, who's a Dallas fan, knows that Jerry Jones do not care about winning.
Agree.
Yeah.
Clearly.
World Breaker asked me, based off my scheme or my triangulation method, would you have Nash winning MVP over Kobe? No, I would have had Chauncey Billups win it that year.
Listen, there is no metric where Melvin would have ever had Nash win the MVP. Understand that. Nash would have zero. Nash would have zero MVPs if Melvin got the vote.
Well, you tell me. I mean, if I'm taking into account defense, if I'm taking into account offensive value and defensive value and your team success. Well, hold on. So if Nash didn't have the defense part, but he had the offensive value, which he definitely did have, and he had the team success, which he definitely did have, I think at least one of those years, Phoenix was the number one seed. So he had 2 out of the 3. Now, if there was no other candidates that had all 3, then Nash could really be in heavy consideration. But if there was another candidate that had all 3, then Nash would be below him. And in my case, Chauncey Billups had all 3. Kobe Bryant didn't have all 3. He didn't have the team success over Nash because he was a 6 seed the year that he went off and averaged 30-something. So he had the bottom 2. He had the defensive value, of course, the offensive value, but it wasn't leading to great team success above Nash or Billups or whatever. So yeah.
This is how I measure team success. If you take that guy out of there, what would they do?
There's only one way to average team success. What's your record?
Nah, because dude, your record might suck because your team sucks. It don't mean you suck.
Okay, well that means you can't get MVP. I mean, everybody ain't entitled to MVP. I mean, it's if you have a method on how you measure it, just because unfortunate things happen to you and your team doesn't mean I have to consider that. Just like when Jokic was a 6 seed, that was like, well, Michael Porter Jr. is hurt, so it's okay to be a 6 seed. No, the hell it ain't. That's 5 other teams in your conference that perform better than you, and there's MVP candidates on those teams. I can't look at your circumstances and say, oh, the baby, because that's what they did to Nash. They lied. They was like, oh, he's doing it by himself. Q Richardson is not that good. Joe Johnson is not that good. Barbosa is not that good. Stoudemire is not that good. And who else he had coming off the bench? He had so many. And freaking
didn't he have Diaw?
Diaw. The story was none of those guys were good, and Nash is making the only reason why they're averaging what they're averaging is because Nash is spoon feeding them. So give Nash the MVP. And then on the flip side, they said, well, Billups can't be the MVP because Wallace is so good, Ben Wallace is so good, Rip is so good, and Tayshaun is so good. So it was like he got so much help, and Nash don't have no help. But hindsight being 2020, do we really believe that Amari Stoudemire needed Nash to do what he did, or we seen Joe Johnson go to Atlanta and be an all-star with ease. He was coming off their bench. Q Richardson led the league in 3-point shooting that year. I mean, it was a joke. It was a joke when you use that hypothetical. What would they do without Nash? Man, you can make yourself look more important than what you really are by saying, I'm not going to I'm going to do everything. I'm going to micromanage everything on offense. And it's going to make it look like everything good that happened is because I did it.
Luka and LeBron.
Fair.
Luka and LeBron. And Jokic.
True.
And Greek.
And Harden. And Greek and Westbrook.
Agreed.
And we can keep going.
Yeah.
we can keep going.
Oh man, but nah, yeah. Defense, offense, team success. Kobe didn't have it. He was a 6 seed. So yeah, it was Billups for me, for sure.
I think
somebody in the comments said that LeBron.
I think team success is making the playoffs. Once you make the playoffs, I think that's success.
I think the top 8 teams you could say had a successful season if you make the playoffs. But guess what? If you make the playoffs as an 8 seed, and I made it as a number 1 seed, who had more team success? So
hold on, does it matter? Does it matter if I made it as if I'm the 8 seed in the West and you the 1 seed in the East, and our records are 2 games apart?
Yep. Because the gauntlet that you had as a task to be on top of, you wasn't able to be on top of it. I was. They gave me the East. I had a schedule that played more East teams, and I was able to rise to the top and be the best out of those East teams.
I disagree.
Yes. Well, but how many times we had that scenario though, where 1 seed in the East was 2 games above the 8 seed in the West? I don't think that ever happened.
Not the AC, but
maybe the 4th or 5th.
A couple years ago when it was Boston and Golden State, that was the reason why I want to say Golden State had home court advantage, even though they were the lower seed, is because of the record. Everybody was thinking about that.
So with this here, right? With this here, let's say right now Donovan Mitchell is the 1 seed. Let's say that holds out all the way to the end of the playoffs, right? The beginning of the playoffs. He's a 1 seed. Let's say that we've both determined that he also has offense and defensive value. And then let's say someone on the West, like Luka, right? Let's say he had offense and defensive value as well, which he doesn't.
But choose somebody else other than Luka. We're gonna say
choose somebody else other than Luka in the West.
Choose Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Let's say Phoenix was a 8 seed, right? Let's say Cleveland won 65 games, and Phoenix and a number 8 seed won 62 games. Right, and they had all 3 of these things. Who would you give the MVP to? What would it come down if they had all 3 of these things? What would it come down to?
To me, it would come down to I think team success is the smaller of the 3 triangles. I think offensive and defensive value is bigger. I think so. If Durant meant more to his team offensively and defensively, I think that would weigh more than Mitchell having a better record.
Okay, so if they check all of those blocks on the surface level, you go below the surface and say, okay, well, who got more defensive value? And that's when you start looking at the stats. Okay, well, he's ranked like Kevin Durant, like right now is averaging 2 blocks a game. Maybe that goes into it, as far as offense. Okay, how much points are they actually averaging? That's when you go micro and start going below the surface. Right.
But for me, I would say that you do all of that, and if all of that is kind of equal, then you got to choose. Then you say, okay, well, this guy's a number 1 seed, and then this guy's a number 6 seed. Then you give it to the number 1 seed, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
So I'm not disparaging what you're doing. I just would do it in a different order. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Corey.
I don't disagree with you, because for me, okay, let's just say team success, and we'll say Boston is the number 1 seed, right? And because Cleveland is the number 1 seed because we're talking about Donovan Mitchell. Cleveland is the number 1 seed, and Donovan Mitchell is the clear leader of that team, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could he not be the MVP, especially if he's doing it on both sides of the court?
It's about triple double numbers. If you can't get the triple double numbers, they're not going to look at you.
Well, let's say it ain't triple doubles. Let's say Donovan Mitchell. What is he averaging right now?
Hold on, I'll look it up real quick.
And I get there before you do.
You probably will.
Corey can't spell Donovan. Don't worry about it.
He is averaging 23, 4, and 4 on 46% shooting.
So let's say he averaging 23 points and 3 steals a game.
Okay.
And they are number 1. And then
he's averaging 1.5 steals.
Huh?
He's averaging 1.5 steals.
Right, but
all right, cool.
Got plenty of time to improve.
But let's say Durant is a 5 seed or whatever, and Durant is averaging 30 points a game and 2 blocks and a steal.
So Durant is averaging 27, 6, and 3.
So you're about
on 1.5 blocks and 1 steal.
I think he's doing more offensively and defensively, even though the team success is not there. So then you go with Durant. But let's say that their numbers were similar. Let's say that their numbers was one or 2 points away from each other, half a steal, half a steal, or whatever, right?
Okay.
Then you would give it to then you would say, Mitchell's the number 1 seed. So both of them meant the same amount to their team, but this team had more success.
That's fair.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Well, check this out. This how you know is they don't have no type of criteria.
Oh, they're not doing none of the shit that we say.
Yeah, LaMelo Ball is 4th in scoring in the league right now. Melo Ball is averaging 30 points. He's also averaging 6 assists and 5 rebounds. But Charlotte's only won 4 out of 11 games. They're 4-7.
Somebody said they was about to be a 4 seed.
I think they can be, but they're 4-7, right? LaMelo Ball is not nowhere near he ain't even near no all-star talk, more or less the MVP. But you got Luka at 5-7, pretty much virtually the same record, and he's not playing better than LaMelo Ball. He's not. LaMelo Ball is even scoring more points than him. Right? So they got the same record, but Luka's in the freaking MVP discussion.
Crazy. That just goes to show you.
Name recognition.
Precisely, Jay. That's exactly what I was about to say. Name recognition.
And favorites.
Again, when they wanted to paint the narrative that Russell Wilson had lost all his mojo and he was in Denver, but he was putting up the same numbers as Lamar Jackson.
Look at this clown. Luka is more valuable than Ball. Simple.
He's
bro.
Yeah, listen, I think he's been trolling the whole day because he didn't.
He got to be trolling.
He didn't have some questionable comments.
He's got to be trolling, man.
Now I give him that. I give him that. Luka is more valuable than LaMelo Ball.
Because
Chris, we just had a whole segment on Luka's defense.
I think Melo plays more defense than Luka does.
No, I'm just talking about contract, career earnings.
All of the foreign players,
that's got to be what he's talking about, right?
All of the foreign players are in MVP discussions. That's what the NBA wants.
Giannis is even in MVP discussion.
All of the foreign players. There's an open board policy, and there's a FNBA protection program.
Bro,
so
the Bucks 4-8, Dominique. The Bucks 4-8. They got a worse record than the Hornets. The Bucks.
That's why I'm saying that. And what is this? This is the FNBA protection program. How could he be in MVP discussions?
That's insane.
4-8 is crazy.
I'm telling you, the NBA has an agenda and it's regarding the
But it's
farm.
not foreign-born players; it's European-born players. They do not give SGA that same love.
They gave Embiid that same love.
He European.
He earned that. Are you serious?
I disagree.
Okay,
Hold
look,
on, wait. You think that
ain't no way that's even a conversation, Dominique. That's
you think the MVP?
For you, it's not. I don't think Embiid is MVP.
Hold on. You don't think that the year that Embiid won MVP, he didn't deserve it?
I think that there were other people that could have won MVP that year.
No.
And I would have been fine with it, is what I'm saying.
No. I respectfully, I disagree.
And that's okay. I respect that you guys disagree and feel that Embiid is deserving of MVP and all of the other accolades that he
actually should have won it 2 years in a row. Jokic stole one.
Yeah. I will go with that too. But look, listen to what they all right. So Jokic numbers are crazy, right? But that's all Jokic and Luka need to do to get in the discussion, just to put up crazy numbers. They don't have to actually win or play defense with it, right? But the things they say about this, right? Let's see what they're saying about. Don't read. Look at Anthony Davis. Don't read too much into his 1 week tumble early in this MVP race. He missed one game because of a bump ankle and also suffered a scratch eye. But upon return, his output was solid. Right? They making all these excuses for certain things. Let me see what they say about Jokic. His case, aside from averaging a healthy triple-double, Jokic has been a steady force despite the lineup changes within the Nuggets. That's the excuse. Oh, that's why they're not winning so much games. The lineup changes. Who have dealt with missed games by Aaron Gordon, Jamal. It's always who missed games. The reason why Jokic ain't destroying. He ain't on top of the standings right now. Jamal missed games. Aaron missed games. No worries. Jokic can carry Denver to victory regardless of slumping or injured teammates. Hence the scratches on his shoulders. The scratches on Jokic's shoulders are there before the game. Like they're permanent there. I don't know why they keep. I hate these dudes, man. Golly, I hate them. Oh man, I hate them.
He had them scratches for like 5 years, man.
Bro.
It's the same scratches, dog.
I can't, man. I can't.
That's funny. That's funny as hell.
All right, man. Y'all want to talk about anything in the standings before we end? We're at 2 hours. We got like 3-4 minutes to get in. I mean, the Cavs are 13-0. Did they win tonight? Did they make 4? I think it's only 6 teams that in history has started 13-0. New York.
Shout out to the Pistons for being 2-0 in the in-season tournament, man. They just pulled off a win against the Raptors tonight.
Phoenix getting mollywopped.
Yeah,
oh my God! The Cavs scored 144 points. They 14-0, 144 points. Lord have mercy.
I love it.
Lord have mercy. 37,
so let me ask you a question.
37, 7, and 4 from Donovan Mitchell with 1 turnover, 1 steal, 1 block.
Those
that's
like
been
MVP
his
numbers.
kind of stat lines. He is not turning the ball over. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is balling.
That is an absurd stat line too.
While the ball is in Garland's hand most of the time.
There were a couple of games where I know there was at least one game where I believe it was him and maybe Garland that they recorded 0 turnovers between the two of them.
And the number one in the first key of MVP ladder is down 4 to the Pelicans right now.
He ain't playing tonight though.
Oh, he not playing?
No. Nah, he missed the night scratches.
Did you see it's not that serious saying that the Lakers are going to lose on purpose so they don't have to play Cleveland? I think that's interesting.
Oh man, yeah, they say
hey, the Lakers are going to end Cleveland undefeated streak.
They might. They beating San Antonio by 3 right now with 25 seconds left. San Antonio just called the timeout. I doubt they'll hit a 3 to tie this up. So 40 points from Anthony Davis, 13 from LeBron. I think he sacrificed scoring to make sure he got that triple-double tonight. 7 turnovers, though. Now check this out.
I almost got you with the tradu.
The team.
What?
The team as a whole. I gotta go watch this game because this is just by looking at the stats is telling me that LeBron decided I'm going to play point guard because I don't see Reeves with no turnovers. I don't see Connect with any turnovers. Cam Reddish, no turnovers. Russell only got 1. Max Christie, no turnovers. Gabe Vincent, no turnovers. Anthony Davis had 2. They only had 10 turnovers the whole game. LeBron had 7 of them. That means that tells me he didn't want to get that ball up, and I think he wanted to get the triple-double to keep his streak going.
This is a career high for him. 4 straight triple-doubles.
This man is diabolical.
In his 40th year, man. Look at God.
Wow.
This man is diabolical, bro.
That is just so impressive. Oh my
God. This man said, forget 20 points, man. I'm going for the triple-double. He only got 13 points. How many times he shoot the ball? 12 shots to get 13 points. Y'all, man, this is crazy, man.
That's phenomenally bad.
Yo, this is crazy, man. This dude,
in the words of Killmonger, is this your king?
Yo, this is crazy, man. That man wanted that triple-double that bad that he said I ain't gonna shoot.
I just can't believe that they're only beating the Spurs by 3 points. They have Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the floor, and they can only beat someone who's basically barely like half of a person by just 3 points. If they lose this game,
Hold on. Who's half of a person? You talking about Chris Paul? I know you're not talking about Wemby.
I don't want to get into it, okay? We're ending the
talking
show.
about Wemby.
The show's over. I'm not
Wemby
gonna
had
get
50,
into it.
Wemby had 50 the other night.
I know what he had. I don't want to.
know you're not talking about Wemby.
I don't want to get into it, guys.
Wemby is cold-blooded.
I can't.
There will
I
be
don't
no
have
Wemby disrespect.
I don't have the energy.
And Chris Paul is a Hall of Famer.
I'll let you get the Trey Young shots off because it's funny, but there will be no Wemby disrespect.
I'm not saying anything.
Well,
if Wemby won't go on the post at 7-4, he's asking for a little disrespect.
What he got tonight?
What he got? Wemby ended up with the game over now, but Wemby ended up with 28, 12 for 25. 4 of 13 threes, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 turnovers.
Yeah, why the fuck is you shooting 13 threes?
13 threes,
that's
man.
crazy.
He shot more threes than every guard on his team.
No Wemby disrespect.
Okay. You can get some slight disrespect
Thank
off.
you. I just said what I said, and I didn't say anything else.
Half of a person is crazy though. That's Trey Young.
No, but look, and then he's shooting 13 threes and then gave up 40 points to AD.
Seriously, where's the defense? And we want to give him.
I'm not guarding AD
so bad.
If Luka and Brian cannot play defense, I'm not playing defense either. Wemby.
If you can get MVPs without playing defense, why play? All right, let's get to these super chats before we end it.
Hey, Chris, you see how I quoted him?
Wemby.
All right, Pusha T.
Nobody else
again.
playing defense. Wemby.
Is this Pusha T or
He said it's about Pusha T, but I don't know what the EGHCK is, so I just say Pusha T.
Push. I'm just gonna say
that
push.
noise he be making.
Push.
Push.
Hey, that might be the best ad. Look, that might be the best ad lib in rap. Push. That right there is better than Rick Ross joint. Even
And
though
he's
big
from
black
Harlem too,
nigga.
so shout out to Harlem Push.
Big black. It's some Nike socks.
Yeah. They like Rick Ross joint.
And there's no way that that's the best ad lib in rap.
Which one is?
Listen, as long
Anything
as,
Jesus said.
as long as Jeezy is still alive, that is the greatest ad lib.
Oh no, man. Push cold, bro.
Yeah.
Because it means so much. Like it can mean so much, man. Push.
And don't listen, I don't like any of their raps. But Migos ad libs.
I don't even know how you guys could rock with Jeezy because I'm smoking on Pookie Loke tonight.
Brooklyn.
Pookie Loke sound like the jump from The Corner, the TV show The Corner. Don't you be careful.
Pookie Loke.
Pookie Loke tonight.
But Jeezy, Jeezy ad lib. Yo, Jeezy is on an entire Kanye West song just for ad libs.
Hey, you know how that song came about, right?
Pookie Loke tonight.
That's all Jeezy was doing.
You know how that song came about?
How?
He gave something to Jeezy. Jeezy used it. Then Jeezy didn't like it. He was like, "Nah, I'm cool." And then Kanye was like, "Man, well, you're not gonna use the beat." He was like, "Nah." He's like, "Send it back. I got it." And then he dropped the song, but he didn't take. He took the verse off, but he didn't take the ad libs out.
Yo, I'm serious, man.
Man, Push. Well, or anyway, Push said, I have more faith in the Cavs winning the chip this year than anything the Mavs have going on. All
That's
right,
a fair assessment.
Very fair.
That's great.
That's a fair assessment.
John Wayne said, looking at how Golden State is playing, led by Steph, if he gets another ring post KD, post Clay, does he have a better career than LeBron? That's a good question. Who what y'all think?
I'm gonna go on the limb and say, hot take, he already has a better career than LeBron.
I agree.
He got 4 rings. LeBron got 3.
4 rings in 8 years.
LeBron got 3.
So it's the 4 rings in 8 years for me, for
Mm.
Steph, that makes his career better. And it's literally turning everybody into a 3-point shooter, making them believe that they can all be just like him. Nobody wants to play like LeBron.
Mm.
But I will say this.
The answer to the question is no. But I think Steph Curry has been the most influential player this decade.
Sounds like a better career.
I will
It's
say
definitely
this.
not a better career.
John Wayne, I'm gonna go ahead and we can go ahead and kill the noise. Do not be a prisoner of the moment of how good they're starting. They'll make the playoffs, but they don't got it to beat a Boston. They don't got it to beat a OKC. So they're not gonna win that title. So it's
Okay.
They already beat Boston this season. So, don't count them out when it comes to Boston, because remember, guys, playoffs are all about matchups, and there's just something about the Warriors and Boston that match up in the way that they've been able to get into those guys' heads.
$10 super chat. Taco Master. LeBron's game has more holes than Dennis Rodman's head. Than a wiffle ball bat. Brandon Trapp, $5 super chat. The fact that he talking about Luka, the fact that he is a professional and we're talking about his weight says everything. That's the first thing you got to do is be in shape. Y'all remember when Shanahan had Albert Hainsworth running in the training camp? He showed up fat, fresh off a huge contract. Man, that ended his career, man.
Wasn't the same.
ESPN is such glazers, man. The notification just came across talking about the Lakers win
and the 4th triple-double.
LeBron, AD, power Lakers. LeBron James has 4th straight triple-double, and Anthony Davis drops 40. As they beat him 120 to 115.
Hey, they only send that based off what you clicking on, because ESPN ain't sent me that shit at all.
I think I follow LeBron James on ESPN.
Joel M. Brittle, nothing MVP about him. Lord have mercy.
It's just so I can see all the glazing that ESPN does. So I have something to talk about.
After you read all his super chats, you got to say push. Let me get that on the sound. I'm gonna get that on the sound bite for next show. Push. The NBA is officially superfluous.
What? Where's the superfluous?
You got it, Mel. It's superfluous.
You got it.
His country threw a
I
V.
ain't throw no V in there. I might throw a V-neck on in the summertime because I got a nice chest. You know what I mean? Nice shoulders, V-neck, but I ain't throw no V in that word though.
You got the shoulders of a camel, Mel.
Push. I got the shoulders of a Greek god.
Greek god.
You got the shoulders of some Greek yogurt.
And you got the shoulders of some yogurt.
Well, guys, thank you for coming out tonight.
It's been great, guys.
All right, man. We catch you on the next one. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the call-ins, man. Let's go watch this fight. Watch some basketball, man.
Yes, sir.